Greetings, greetings, greetings. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. I am your host, Chantel Sierra Shakim, coming in again for this daily dose of medicine. We are going to tap into the tarot and just see what Spirit has to say. It is Friday, y'all. I hope you are doing well. I hope your week is off to ending on a positive note. And we're going to just go ahead and tap into the energy of today, tapping into Spirit to see what they have to say. I am your host again, Chantel Sierra Shakim, your holistic self-care practitioner and soul guide. I come on here every day to tap into universal energy for the next 365 days or for 365 days. And today is day number 128. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank y'all all for coming into the space. We are gonna get started. I prepped the cards earlier, but I'm prepping them up again just to make sure they're nice and shuffled so that we can see what Spirit has to say. I normally pull from the Light Seers Tarot as the first two cards came out. The first one is the Seven of Cups, followed by the Emperor. So this is a time of choosing, right? Choosing what it is you want. Choosing how it is that you show up. How are you reflecting on your life? Reflecting on the things that you've done, the choices you've made, and the things you've already seen. And how are you taking your seat as the Emperor as you play the game of life and play to win, okay? And it is going to take strength. It is also going to take you going into your shadow and beginning to shine light on it. I like to say this is the Wounded Healer, number 9 of Swords, followed by the King of Pentacles. Once you can shine light on the subject and begin to take your position as the main character, you get everything you want. And it's where the things that are loyal, the things that are ease and flow will show up, and you will be protected and guided as you go. This is the Seven of Wands, and we'll get one more to end this 7-card pool. One more card, please, and then we'll get a story, okay? Ooh, the Lovers is the card that came out last. So this is really truly telling me that this is a time to begin to love on yourself. Again, that's the energy that I'm always talking about. That's the energy that I carry. That is the energy that I work with. And self-love is the best love. I always say love is the key that unlocks every door. And as we look at this reading, starting from the Lovers, we have to love on ourselves, and that will attract the partners that we desire. That will attract the relationships, the business opportunities, the wealth, the success, the abundance. Once we begin to find ourselves in this energy of love, there's nothing that we will not have. This is where we show up as our most highest self, our divine self, and really begin to see that we are guided, we are protected, we are supported in this work. And once we show up, everything else will show up for us, and we will find ourselves in a space of flow, ease, loyalty, abundance, everything sitting on our thrones, right? But we have to deal with that wounded area. We have to do the shadow work. If you don't know what shadow work is, it is just dealing with the limiting beliefs, the lack, the worry, the low vibrational energy that we carry that has dictated how we show up in the world. We have to begin to shine the light on it and really begin to put boundaries in place to begin to fortify ourselves so that we can be the light in the darkness for others. And this does take strength. It takes strength. It takes compassion. It takes being that lion and the lamb. It's understanding when you have to be either. You know, we have the shadow part that really helps us to see how we can be more compassionate to ourselves, how we can be strong in standing in our truth, speaking our truth, honoring our boundaries. It does take strength, but this is where we have to know our position, understanding that you are the main character in this life. It is all about you. How do you want to show up? How do you want to move the pieces on your board to serve you so that you can truly begin to live in this state of ease, in this state of flow, no matter what kind of chaos and trials and tribulations flow. Okay? We're going to ring that out. But it all ends up, it all is determined by your choices. What are you choosing? Are you making those intelligent and wise decisions about your life? Are you showing up for other people and wanting to make sure they're all right, even at the expense of you? We're releasing that, and we are standing true to who we are and the work that we are being sent to do for ourselves, starting with loving ourselves. So we're going to tap into the book. This is The Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann. And I always like to give honor to the book, even though tarot is an intuitive reading, an intuitive message. Tarot in and of itself has a message in the cards, but it is really how does it resonate with you right now. Tarot is not an end-all be-all. It only should confirm those things that you already know. So we will go give thanks, they said, and that is true. Okay, so we are going to go into the book, and it is number 6, The Lovers. It says, my heart is open to deeply meaningful relationships, and I expand into this union with loving trust. So the first relationship that we have to expand is our relationship with ourselves. Removing our personas, removing our limiting beliefs, removing the titles to really see who we are. See the program and begin to rewrite it to serve your highest frequency in loving trust. Are you able to trust yourself? Are you able to tap into your intuition and do what's best for you in spite of what others say? This is what the Lovers is teaching us. We have to move into meaningful relationships, relationships that help us to grow, relationships that expand our consciousness, relationships that help us to see ourselves, that reflect those things that we desire. And then we can move into the 7 of Wands. The 7 of Wands is about our creation. How are you moving things and orchestrating things in your life to serve you, to show you that you are guided and protected, and that you are successful when you do those things that make you successful? It says, I am deserving of this success, and I will bravely shine my light into this world. I am deserving of this success, and I will bravely shine my light into the world. The world is looking for you, not your title, not your persona, but the essence of your I am. What is it that you say you are here to do, to be, to have, for your highest vibration, your highest experience of life? This isn't just going to work to pay the bills. This is being impactful in your life. Yes, working, paying your bills is a part of it, but does that fulfill you? Does that make you happy? Does that make you glow? Does that make you so passionate and purposeful that you would do it even if you didn't get money to do it? This is how we move into this success. Success is not about financial gain. It can be about financial gain, but success is also about knowing that you are doing everything that you are being sent to do. And this is where the 9 of Wands shows up for you. The 9 of Wands, it says, I push beyond my own perceived limitations, and I remain open and trusting as I do. So this is reminding us that, yeah, we may see our life moving and doing and being in one way, but if it doesn't light you up and give you joy, there may be some things that you need to rewrite. There may be some new things that you need to explore and push beyond the complacency, push beyond the uncomfortable comfortability, and find the true thing that lights you up, and do that and do it well. And that's where it takes courage. It takes strength. It takes being easy with yourself. It takes sitting in that space of hurt, pain, grief, loss, limiting beliefs, wherever they show up, so that you can truly begin to move as the emperor. Okay? So we'll go into strength, which is another major arcana card. And it says, I deliberately bring my compassion and strength forward, and I use them for good, for my good first, and then that allows others to benefit from that good. Okay? We don't fill other people's cup. We've been talking about that as well. We fill our cup and allow the overflow to reach those that it's meant to reach. As we play the game of life and play to win. This is the Emperor. The Emperor is number 4 in the major arcana. And it says, I lead the circumstances in my world with confidence, harmony, and generosity. That's where everyone else gets the overflow, because you are in alignment with the way you are supposed to go, and you're not feeling resentful. You're not feeling like you are doing something that you don't want to do. This is how you begin to move in a flow that supports your highest vibration. That's the goal. Getting into the highest vibration of your I am, and beginning to choose things that also support that. That is the 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups is all about using your wildest imagination to bring forth that which you desire, remaining trusting as you do. Okay? It says, my wildest imagination is a tool that I can inform my future in a down-to-earth way. What we do today affects tomorrow and the next day and the next day. And it's never too late to start over. It's never too late to find your boundaries. It's never too late to speak your truth. It's never too late to show up for you and love you unconditionally, giving yourself everything that you need for life and godliness as you begin to create the new experience, the new you. It's the new you, and it's always been within you. But sometimes we get distracted. Sometimes we get what is the word? Caught up in other people's stories, other people's game. And it's not for us to win at their game. We have to win at our own game. And sometimes we have to release so that other people can learn their lesson. And you can't be that buffer. You have to stand in your own truth and know that you are the change you wish to see. And it all starts and begins with me and you. So that is the tarot cards. We're going to now jump into the soul's journey. The first card that comes out is change. Be the change you wish to see, knowing that it all starts and ends with you, with me. It's like we get to choose. As that card said, are you choosing the things that light you up? Greetings, greetings, greetings. Welcome in, welcome in. Change says, I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. You have to do something different to get a different result. Greetings, I'm happy you are here, Jay. Thank you for showing up and offering your energy into the space. We have done a 7-card pull of the tarot, and now we are tapping into the Soul's Journey cards for messages, indecision. So when we are not making those decisions, or when we're not choosing ourselves, we find ourselves in a place of dis-ease, and dis-ease is where the pain begins, and that's where the disease begins. So we have to be determined to make a decision about our life and to live aligned and crowned, aligned with the truth of who you are, not showing up for others, but showing up for you unapologetically. And it says, I use my intuition in all aspects of my life. And that goes back to this card, loving yourself and trusting the leading of your heart, right? Trusting that you can make intelligent and wise decisions for your life and for your success, because success is available, but you have to decide that you are going to be successful at whatever cost. You know, whatever cost, however you need to show up for you, you have to make the decision. Using your intuition, using your intellect, using the heart frequency of what is it that you love. Greetings, 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 Dr. Flo. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for tapping in tonight. We are tapping into the energy of living aligned and crowned by making decisions for our life that also allow us to play the game to win. And knowing that it takes strength, it takes courage, it takes compassion, it takes doing that shadow work. It sometimes takes us getting to the bottom so we can rise to the top. And in that space, we find the ease and flow and abundance that the King of Pentacles offers, which also is followed by success, knowing we are worthy. But our love for self is always put to the test. Are you going to love yourself? Are you going to love yourself enough to make a change and be decisive about how that looks for you? Because only you can do it. Adversity. We all will find adversity in our life, but our adversity is only an opportunity to help us see the areas that we need to change, the partnerships that we may need to release, the mindsets that we have adapted to that no longer serve us. Adversity says, I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. Challenges are the best way to learn. So we don't blame, we don't say somebody else made us do it, because at the end of the day, you get to choose. You get to choose how things work out for you. How good can it get? How good can it get? And the last card out again is the blame card. I said that. I said blame, but it says, blame says, I accept responsibility for my own well-being. That card came out yesterday, I believe, and it's all about being grounded, being rooted, knowing who you are outside of the profession you have, outside of the titles that you carry, outside of the roles that you do, but your unique essence and how that is sent to bring you joy. But sometimes you got to go through joy and pain. You know that song, joy and pain, you know, because that's what allows us to find that place of compassion and strength, to be resilient, to know that adversity is only an opportunity for us to learn who we are, learn what we're about, learn what we want to experience in this life, without a doubt. You know, I have determined that I am going to leave here empty. I'm going to do everything that I feel called to do. I'm going to show up unapologetically no matter what. And this is so freeing. It's so inspiring. Yay! I adore you too. I'm so happy I see you tonight. Thank you for coming in. We're tapping into the ancestors. And what comes up? Boundaries, which I talked about. Sometimes we get into this people pleasing. We get in this, someone is more worthy than us. You know, so that's why we show up the way we show up without honoring our own boundaries. People will overstep. People will show up as the main character, always. But so are you. You are the main character of your game. But there are multiple main players. You know, we all are playing this game of life. But are you allowing other people's infringements to overstep your boundaries? For me, boundaries was a big thing, you know, and it's something I'm still continuing to learn, because I want to see everybody okay. I want to see everybody the way I see me. But oftentimes I don't see myself clearly. So therefore, I'm becoming the fixer. I'm wanting to step in and make it easier for someone. But those are their lessons. Those are their lessons, not mine. So I have to begin to set clear boundaries of what I'm willing to allow into my space and what I'm not, and how I want to flow and how I'm not. And this is boundaries. So we will read from the Secrets of the Ancestor what this ancestor has to say. And I see this as that big mama energy. You know, she gonna give it to you raw. She gonna tell you, hey, get yourself together. You know, you gotta shake yourself. Show them what you're working with. Don't let people push you over. You gotta speak up for yourself. I'm reminded of a situation back when I was young that it was very traumatic for me. But I had to, my mama sent me out there. You know, she's like, no. I was being bullied, as always. You know, I was that tomboy. I was that angry little child who never was seen, never heard, but always picked on. Not seen for the essence of my love that I had for people. And there was this girl who was always picking on me, always picking on me. And this one day, I told her, I spoke up and I said, just leave me alone. And that escalated. It was like, now she wants to fight. And I'm like, I'm not trying to fight you. Just leave me alone. I'm not trying to have no beef with you. And she's like, I'm gonna beat you up. I'm gonna beat you up. And I was like, I don't want to fight. And mind you, I was a fighter. All my life I had to fight. I grew up with boys. Me and my brother fought all the time. I always felt like I had to fight to show that I'm protected. No one was fighting for me, so I had to fight. I was offended, I'm gonna fight. But at this point, I didn't want to fight this girl because I liked her. I really liked everything about her, what I could see from my little secret place, you know, watching her and how she moved, and I liked her, and I didn't want to fight her. But this day she was insisting to fight. So she's like, when we get off this bus, I'm gonna beat you up. So I got off the bus and I ran home. I did not want to fight. So I get home and I told my mom. She's like, why are you running in the house? I was like, because this girl is trying to fight me and I don't want to fight. And she was like, well, if she wants to fight you, fight her. And I was like, no, I don't want to fight. The girl was so brave. She was in her strength. And she came and knocked on my door. And she was like, yeah, your daughter was talking stuff and now I want to beat her up. So my mom made me go out and fight this girl. And the funny thing about it is, I didn't want to fight, but I knew I would beat her down, you know, because I got that Kali Ma energy. And when she has no give. She has no give. I will fight you until you're bleeding, and then I'll stop. That's real rough. But I've grown from that. So now I'm all love and light. Not always, but it's in me. So I fought this girl. I beat her up really, really bad. So bad that her brother jumped into the fight. And my brother had to jump into the fight. And it was like, oh my God, this is too much. This is too much. But my mom was that stern voice, like, no, you are going to hold your boundary and you're going to show up for you. Because if this girl is going to meet you at your door and say she's going to beat you up, you better fight. Because you don't want this to happen again. Because this will be a constant thing of you running home. Because now she wants to fight. So I fought her. I beat her up. And the next year, maybe even that same year, we became really, really, really good friends. Best friends. And was on the cheer squad together. And it was water under the bridge. But I did have to fight. But this Mother Air energy is all about that. You have to respect your boundaries. When people push up on you, you have to push back. You have to stand in your truth. Now I know you can stand in your truth in love. So it says, I speak with clarity. I told her I didn't want to fight. And then she had to get it. Okay? But either way, the ancestral medicine says, are you suppressing your emotions? We all have those hard-edged queens in our lineage. You don't want to get on their bad side. Where can you use this wisdom in your life? Where can you use this wisdom to not get on your own bad side and be dragged through emotions, be dragged through situations, be dragged through relationships because you are not showing up for yourself? You are not being clear about what you want to talk about, what you want to be about, what you want to do, what you want to have. You have to show up. You have to show up for you. And when you do, you will get what you desire. And I'm all about showing up in the energy of love now. Love is the key that unlocks every door, but my hard-edged mother made me learn hard lessons. But now I get to play. This is our chakra energy. This is heart energy, y'all. This is playing with life. Finding those people who want to play with you and show up unconditionally as you do. Knowing that when you show up in the space of love, love will meet you there as well. So number 20 in the chakra alignment says, I play joyfully in the magic of the universe, and I am free to be me. This is what this reading is all about. Us showing up in our highest frequency, being the change we want to see, making wise and intelligent decisions, loving on ourselves unconditionally, retreating into our shadow until we learn the lesson. Begin to rewrite those stories so that you can truly receive the blessings. And it does take strength. It does take tenacity. It does take determination. It does take generosity and compassion. But you have to play the game to win. You have to know that you are the main character, and all you do is win. All you do is win when you show up and you make those choices that support your highest vibration of life. So we are tapping in today to this energy of living aligned and crowned. This is the work that I do. This is how I serve the community that I am in with the Circle of Sisters. We are the women who lighten the darkness. We are constantly coming in to see our reflection, to really affirm who we are as individuals, but also learn, grow, glow, and flow by seeing our reflection in each other. This is a time of vulnerability. This is a time of transparency. This is a time for you to see yourself truly, truly unapologetically and authentically, knowing what your heart is telling you and moving in that direction so that you don't get dragged, so that you don't have to fight, so that you can live in the space of ease, so that you can know that no matter what adversity shows up, you can learn from it, you can grow from it, and it's not the end. So if you haven't already, please follow me on my Circle of Sisters Table Talk podcast on YouTube, where all of these lives will be posted. I also have several retreats scheduled for this year, the last Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, where we go into our spiritual clarity. First and foremost, regulating our nervous system, finding our true identity by working through the framework of Align. And Align is all about anchoring into this now reality. What do you want? What is it not working? What's not working? What is working? Stabilizing your I am. That is your anchor. We learn how to do that. Then we begin to liberate ourselves, releasing our limiting beliefs, releasing the pain, the grief, the worry, the doubt, the self-sabotage, all of those things that hold us back and keep us stagnant and stuck and in situations that we don't want to be in. So we have to release those so that we can heal. Release those so we can expand. Because when we heal the world. One person can make a difference. This is what we need to illuminate. We awaken to our own intuition, as it spoke about. Trusting your inner voice, trusting the guides, trusting God, trusting your ancestors, trusting those on the other side who are supporting you as your higher self communes with your Christ consciousness. This is where everything is made perfectly clear. But you have to trust it. Know that that still small voice is you. It's your soul speaking to you. It's your navigation system. But you have to illuminate that. You have to sit in those places of silence. You have to sit in those places of meditation. You have to use your imagination to see what it is that you are to be doing, and then trust it and do something different. Then you will begin to generate and activate your purpose. You will live in a place of bliss and joy and play, knowing that you are the main character. This is all a dream. This is all a game. And we have to position ourselves as the emperor, as the queen, as the person making the moves, and knowing that we are able to live our best life. And then we begin to nourish it by sustaining that alignment, sustaining that best life now, sustaining that how good can it get energy, so that you don't miss out, so that you can live and move and have your being in this now reality at the highest expression, with nothing lacked, all the success, all the abundance, all of the love that is available. You can have it. You can have it now, but you have to choose you. You have to choose to love on yourself like never before. And when you do, the success will follow. The abundance will follow. The healing will follow. The courage will follow. And the victory, the winning up, give thanks, winning the game will follow. But you have to make the change. You have to make the choices that will help you sustain. And it is hard work. But I am a holistic self-care life coach. So tap in. You can follow me on Good Vibes Lounge, LLC.com. You will see the offerings. You will see what we're doing over at the Good Vibes Lounge. Here at the House of Shakim, I do offer a in-house transitional program for women who are going through these tower moments, finding themselves dysregulated, finding themselves not knowing who they are, feeling mentally confused or spiritually disconnected, and they are looking for refuge. The refuge is found in being able to show up for you and having a safe space that can hold you, so that until you can hold yourself. So I am your host again, Chantel Sierta Shakim, speaking out and fixing crowns in the process. Again, my retreats every month, the last Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of the month. It is where we will reflect, we will remember, and we will align. So until next time, thank you for your time, thank you for your energy, and continue to be the light in the darkness. Ashe. Peace and love. Good night.